The value of practice. So like everything else in life, when preparation meets opportunity, great things happen. And one of the groups of folks we always look to are professional athletes for guidance, because you start to think of a professional basketball player, hockey player, baseball player. With everybody, every kid who grows up, they all want to become those things. How did the elite of the elite get to that level? Here's one interesting fact, that even at the professional level, pro hockey players practice 3 times as much as they play. They practice 3 times as much as they play. They've been doing that since they were about 5 years old, and most of them play in that league around 22. So for 17 years, they practice more than they play. But as salespeople, when was the last time we practiced a sales call? We're big fans of role playing with sales calls. So get a cheap and cheerful video camera, any phone's got it today. But before you make that next call, record yourself. Before you just leave a voicemail for somebody, record it on your phone and find out, how do I sound on the telephone? Am I speaking too clearly, too quickly? Am I saying too much? Do I sound pleasant, positive, and energetic? Do I feel like I sound like I have passion about what I do? You can also do this by videotaping role plays. So practice with your teammates as if you're calling a difficult prospect. Practice answering the questions you know every prospect is going to ask you. Who are you? What do you do? How do you guys compete and win in the marketplace? What can you guys do for me? These are very obvious questions. What's unique and different about your company? There's lots of providers. How do you answer the core objections that are going to come from a demand generation call or a 3rd or 4th call with a prospect, a qualified prospect? We know what the questions are, but most people think the badge of honor is knowing it's self-evident and that we just reacted and it came out perfectly. That, trust me, that never happens. That rarely happens. People who are good at professional sales have thought about what they're trying to do on a sales call. They've practiced what they do in front of a prospect. They actually diagnosed what takes place after a call to make sure they've identified the 2 or 3 things that went really well and the 2 or 3 things that they'll do differently in the future. And if you need to see a guide of anybody, the best hockey players in the world still practice more than the other people.